12 pancakes.
12 pancakes. It sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody tries to feed you blueberry pancakes. It's really big up here. He has what he calls his patriotic pancakes. They're red, white, and blue. And
so shortly after we hit the 2,000-mile marker yesterday, we made it out to Route 27. Got a ride into the town of Stratton. Resupplied with just enough to get us to the next town, which is pretty much what we've been doing for the last couple weeks. Really helps to keep our pack weights down. Stayed in Stratton last night. Got a ride back to the trail this morning and planning on doing just over 15 miles. And within those 15 miles, we've got 5 summits. The last 3 of those being the Bigelows. Getting my first look at my first 2 summits for the day. Just over a mile away, that's the North and South Horn. Heading up to the summit of the North Horn. The AT doesn't cross over the top of it, so I'm taking a short 0.2 mile side trail. From 3,820 feet, here's the view from the North Horn summit. And this is what it looks like from the top of the South Horn at 3,831 feet. And right there is the Bigelow West Peak. Heading there next. Here's the view from Bigelow Mountain's West Peak at 4,150 feet. So 3 down, 2 to go. Next one is that's Bigelow Avery Peak, just 0.7 away. First ran into these guys back in the Whites on Mount Adams. They just come right up to you. This is the summit of Bigelow Avery Peak at 4,087 feet.
Oh God, no. You know, just last weekend, we were visiting.
heading towards our 5th summit, and I believe the trail is going to follow along that ridge line over there, and we'll eventually end up on top of Little Bigelow Mountain, 4.6 miles away. Last summit. This is Little Bigelow Mountain at 3,040 feet. It's almost dark, so I'm gonna stop here at the Little Bigelow lean-to and find a place to camp. Didn't bother setting up my tent last night. Got to the site where the Little Bigelow lean-to is, and nobody was there. So we stayed in the lean-to, had it all to ourselves. It's pretty nice. Made a fire, and woke up this morning to some rain. So just kind of lounged around for an hour or so until it stopped. Now we're moving on, and don't expect too much to happen today. No summits or anything like that. Just some relatively flat trail for the next several miles, and looks like we'll be passing by some ponds. I'm standing on the rocky beach of Flagstaff Lake. Seen a lot of animals on the AT, but still haven't seen a moose. I've seen signs of them being around pretty much ever since Vermont. Just haven't actually seen one yet. But I hope I get lucky enough. And I heard chances are good of seeing one around a pond or a lake or something. And I've passed a lot of ponds and lakes at different times during the day, and I'm always looking. So maybe today, with all these ponds I'll be passing by, I might get lucky. This is West Carey Pond. I've been hiking alongside it for about the last mile. And no moose here, but it looks like I found a couple loons. I'm on the beach of East Carey Pond. No moose here. We set out today to get as close to the Kennebec River as possible before it got dark. So looks like we're going to end the day at the Pierce Pond lean-to, only 3.4 miles ahead right now. I'm at Pierce Pond and I can't believe it. There's a moose.
Yeah, at first I thought it was somebody standing there. I'm like, oh, somebody's camped over there. And I was like, ah, wait a minute. Oh, look, he's going in the water.
A lot of wind coming off Pierce Pond this morning. Made it pretty chilly. I set up my tent last night behind the lean-to on a hill. Turned out to be a decent spot. And most of last night I was thinking to myself, how lucky am I to have seen 2 moose. And it was really cool the way it happened. As I was approaching the lean-to, there were already other hikers there. And one was coming up from the pond and says, "Want to see a moose?" I tell him, sure. We walk down to the pond, and off in the distance, near the other side of the pond, you can see a male standing near the tree line and a female drinking water. Something else. Getting close to the Kennebec River, and when I get there, the main Appalachian Trail Club provides a ferry across between the hours of 9 and 11. Here comes the ferry with some southbounders.
You have this down to a science. How long have you been doing this?
Actually, and then go ahead and paddle forward. I've been paddling on this river for about 23 years. I work mostly as a whitewater rafting guide, a little bit further upstream. But my house is about a mile downstream.
Wow.
And the actual person that has the contract to do this is a good friend of mine, but he's on vacation with his family today.
Oh, okay.
We made it across the river, and now we're going to head up to US 201 and into the town of Caratunk.